Hey there everyone, how are you doing? Joe Martin here from WakeUpWithJoe.com. Now, unless you've been living under a rock recently, you would know that yesterday HTC finally officially announced their brand new flagship device called HTC One, which was previously codenamed HTC M7. So in this episode of Woke Up with Joe, we're just going to be running through what I thought about the device, its specifications, when it's coming out, what carriers it's going to be on, how much it's going to cost. We're going to talk about everything that's in relation to the new HTC One. But before we go any further, please go ahead and grab that coffee cup, fill it up, read over, and sit on down. And take a swig for a mocha of Joe. Alright, so yesterday HTC held an event in New York City where they officially announced the HTC One. The HTC One looks to be an incredible flagship device and really could redeem HTC from their poor sale records they've been reporting recently. So, we're going to first talk about the HTC in terms of hardware specifications. So in terms of processing speeds, you got a 1.7 GHz quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 processor, along with 2 GB of RAM. In terms of a screen, you got a 4.7-inch Full HD display with a pixel resolution of 1920 by 1080 with a PPI, or pixels per inch, of 486. Now in terms of a camera, this is one of the biggest selling points of the HTC One actually. HTC is saying that megapixels are done with for cameras. The new future is ultra pixels. Forget the megapixels. Ultra pixels are going in the future. So the HTC One X is the first camera to feature an ultra pixel camera, which is supposedly going to be able to capture up to 300% more light than standard smartphone cameras. So this should be exceptional for taking still images or videos in low light situations. Another interesting thing in terms of hardware on the HTC One is called boom sound. Sounds really cheesy, but it actually seems pretty cool. So with smartphones nowadays, in terms of a speaker, external speaker for you to listen to your music or streaming video content, audio or whatever, it's usually on the back of the phone. It's a teeny little speaker. While it can be loud and it sounds decent, not the best, especially when you compare it to your home theater setup or something. Well, on the HTC One, you have two speakers which make the boom sound feature on the HTC One. But the two speakers are on the front of the device actually, one at the top of the device and one at the bottom. And HTC says so it should deliver the most authentic sounding audio you have heard on a phone in general yet. So it looks really interesting. Not sure exactly how the quality sounds, but it's supposed to be sounding absolutely incredible. It should be fantastic with this inclusion of Beats Audio for listening to music or listening to audio when you're streaming content such as YouTube, Netflix, or Hulu+. Now, hardware is all great, but software is one of my favorite features of phones. So the HTC One is running Android 4.1.2 Jelly Bean. This is 4.1 Jelly Bean. No mention of 4.2, but it should get an update to it very soon in the future when it does release. Now, layered over Android 4.1 Jelly Bean is HTC Sense 5.0, and is the latest version of HTC Sense, and is the first handset to come with Sense 5.0 out of the box. So 5.0, HTC Sense 5.0, looks very interesting. One of the biggest features with it is called Blink Feed. So instead of having your normal Android 5 home screens, well, you can still access your normal 5 home screens of Android to add your widgets and everything. One of the biggest features in terms of a home screen on your new HTC One will be Blink Feed. Essentially what Blink Feed is kind of like Flipboard or your live tiles on Windows Phone. It displays live and relevant information such as social network updates from your friends or your family, the traffic, the news, the weather, sports scores, different kind of news and stuff like that. And it's a vertical scrolling with different sized squares and tiles that display information that is live and relevant to you. It reminds me a ton of Windows Phone's live tiles and should be a true competitor to that for people that love the Android operating system, but they also love the live tiles on Windows Phone, or they love the functionality of Flipboard. It looks really interesting. One thing that has me concerned though is that Sense 5.0 really seems to simplify the Android experience. So hardcore Android lovers such as myself that love that vanilla feel of Android, this could not be the phone for you. HTC Sense has not really gotten that much in the way of Android in the past, but this looks to completely change Android. If you just look at Blink Feed, it doesn't really even look like it's running on the Android operating system. So it's really changing it, really mixing it up, and it's really one of the biggest manufacturer skins we have seen over Android in quite some time. So that could be a thing you got to look out for if you do like that vanilla and pure feel of the Android experience. With that said though, Blink Feed does look to provide an awesome feature and to really differentiate the HTC One from other products we see later this year, such as the Samsung Galaxy S4 and the LG Optimus G Pro. Now, in terms of pricing, HTC said, or the HTC didn't say, but we're speculating that there will be a 32GB model and a 64GB model. That much is confirmed. Now, we're guessing the 32GB model will sell for around $199 with a 2-year contract, obviously, and the 64GB model will sell for about $299 with another 2-year contract. While this is not bad, that is still a good deal of money to pay. Again, these prices are just speculation. We can't really see HTC selling the device for much higher if they still want to compete with the Android cell phone market, but those do seem like respectable prices, and that's what we expect the HTC One to go for when it does come out. We also expect the HTC One to come out sometime in about a month is what HTC told us. So in about a month from now, you should be able to pick up the HTC One at Amazon or Best Buy or wherever you do decide to purchase it. Now, the HTC One will be available on most carriers in the US. It'll be available on T-Mobile, Sprint, and AT&T. It will not be on Verizon Wireless, though. HTC did not confirm why it wouldn't be on Verizon, but we have speculated, as well as other journalists have speculated, that it might be because the Droid DNA on Verizon Wireless features hardware specifications that are very similar to the one found on the HTC One. So again, this is speculation, but it's why we think the HTC One will not be making an appearance on Verizon Wireless. So that's really all we know about the HTC One at this point. It looks to be an incredible smartphone, and with Sense 5.0, boom sound, and your blink feed, it could be one of the best Android handsets we see today. That's just my personal opinion, though. This is where you guys come in. If you go to mobilecupofjoe.com, we have a live public poll on our website where you can go and vote for what you think about of the new HTC One. And also, don't forget to comment below in this video or comment on any of the many posts we have on mobilecupofjoe.com about the HTC One, and comment and let us know what you think of the device. This is one of the biggest phones we've seen so far announced this year, and it's actually, I think, the first big flagship device that's been announced this year. So we really want to hear what you guys have to say about it. But that's about it for this episode of Mobile Cup of Joe. If you liked the video, please go ahead, hit the like button if you liked it. It takes 1 second to do so. It really does help support the show. And if you want to show your support towards the show even more, why don't you go ahead, hit the subscribe button somewhere on the video for more Mobile Cup of Joe videos. And you guys all know, we are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and LinkedIn. And don't forget to check out our website at www.mobilecupofjoe.com for your latest mobile tech news outside of our videos. We actually added a new feature to mobilecupofjoe.com. If you go to mobilecupofjoe.com/rankings, you can go and vote for your favorite smartphone, vote for your favorite smartphone that is currently out on the market. This is, again, to engage user feedback. So go to mobilecupofjoe.com/rankings and vote for your favorite smartphone. I'm Joe Martin from mobilecupofjoe.com. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.